あるかもしれない。
I've I can't start this video off normally. It's real. that's the best I'm gonna start off with this video. I've already tried to record this multiple times this morning, trying to kind of get my thoughts across, like intro wise, but just to cut it frankly short, Steel Ball Run is weekly. That got officially announced technically last night. It was around about midnight basically for me while I was editing my video that I have to change again, but I'll explain more about that later on in the video. But it just got announced. I'll throw it up on screen so you guys can read it. We'll talk about it here in a sec, but it's real. Steel Ball Run is weekly in fall of 2026, which I low-key predicted. I got that almost nearly exactly spot on looking back at a previous few videos. And I know it's been a while, so this video will be kind of multitudes of things. It'll be me kind of recapping over the past 2 weeks and then talking about the current events that's going on right now. And it's crazy, man. I haven't had time to really process it, but we're weekly JoJo. Like, holy crap. That's the thing I didn't think I'd be saying again. You know, there was a little bit of fear and hesitation for a while there, thinking that this would not be the possibility, but it was an Easter miracle last night, and the J-Man said, no, let it be weekly. Amen. So let's get into this, because I didn't make a video on this just because of my time constraints and what I was doing at the time. So after Steel Ball Run was released about 2 weeks ago, you can even argue 3 by this point, that it came out to critical acclaim. I will cover more about my initial thoughts of the SBR anime in a different video that should be releasing very soon. It was supposed to come out before any of this, but you know, I had to add a few things because I wanted to rant a little bit about the schedule. Not anymore. And the last 2 weeks have just been absolute chaos. With an anime produced on the level of quality that Steel Ball Run was, and not getting a instant weekly release format, or at least, you know, a closer release format from after the special episode, definitely took its toll on the community. If you haven't known, even though it's literally everywhere, Johnny Vaughn has been spammed in every comment section known to mankind, asking when the next episode of Steel Ball Run is coming out. And it might have worked, apparently. Maybe in the way you thought it did, or maybe not in the way you thought it did, because it's a little bit weird. We'll read the tweet here in a bit. But yeah, JoJo fans just went insane for like 2 weeks, just not getting the next episode. And to be fair, saying that, me too. It is kind of weird not having another episode out when, you know, we know there are going to be more in the future, but we never got it. It's the very euphoric feeling, I'd have to argue. And now that there is like a release date and a time frame for what is to be a monumental moment for JoJo's fans, it's awesome. I have a special thing here in my heart for it, where I'm excited, I'm enthusiastic, I am so ready. Like, there's been a weight lifted off my shoulders. I do this for a job, so it's a little bit more dramatic for me, but it's been awesome. On top of that, so many different leaks over the past 2 weeks of a lot of different things here or there. Now, I'll be fair when I say this, I don't think half of those leaks are right. I think there might be one that was correct. However, terribly phrased, given the cache. Now, I won't show it up on screen. I don't know if that leak is even true. If it does come out in September, which I doubt, then maybe that leak is true, but I highly doubt it. Aside from that, for the past 2 weeks, just being absolute literal chaos of a magnitude I've never seen before in the JoJo's community, with Johnny Vaughn being spammed in every comment section. The reality of it is, it might have worked, kind of, sort of. So I will read off the official tweet to you right now, if you just haven't already, and I'll kind of clarify it for you a little bit. So, quote, Netflix anime. Thank you for the... I have to laugh at the first sentence. That shit wasn't support, dude. It was bullying. Thank you for all the incredible support for Steel Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The series is currently in production, we knew this already, and will be available for everybody to enjoy. We are planning a split core release across the entire run of episodes, so that means the whole series, or the whole part. The next core will be released in fall 2026, we already knew this, with one episode released each week. The release schedule is part of our... Okay, this is the part I think they're lying with. This release schedule is part of our original plan and reflects the wishes of the production committee. Your passion and enthusiasm means a great deal to everyone involved in the production. We appreciate your patience and continued support as we bring you the second stage. That was released last night. That's the whole full synopsis of the current situation. And I'm gonna say this is definitely odd. How do I put this? We forced their hand. I'm gonna just straight up admit to you right now, this was not part of their plan whatsoever. This doesn't really happen in the anime or manga sphere, or really just with TV production in general. I guess maybe it's just circumstantial how Steel Ball Run released, but the community desperately wants to know how this anime is going to be given to the grander anime or JoJo community. I think in a weird way, I think everybody, you know, Netflix included, us included, we're kind of jumping the gun. Everybody just wants to get to the point where it's like, hey, am I going to be able to enjoy this or not? And because of that, dumb meme, even though it's hilarious, it had forced their hand utterly and completely. If you don't realize this, during the whole Johnny Vaughn thing, Netflix probably also saw on their end, because it kind of was to a certain degree kind of a protest. Let's be honest about it. It was a protest. Like, hey, what about the communication here? Where's the further info on when we're going to get the next, you know, episode? Because if you are somehow living under a rock, the first episode was absolute cinema. I have a whole video covering it and it will be out very soon. It's genuinely awesome. So a wanting of the next episode or getting info on the next episode was kind of key. I don't think they wanted to show us until a little bit later on, but because of how fans reacted, they probably saw in reality their profit margins dip to a certain degree and go, okay, we gotta, you know, clean house, clean the fire, get everything set straight, give a bit of communication. Even though I don't know why they didn't do this in the first place, because you should have a PR team explaining this. There was a bit in my video that I have to cut out now where I have better communication with my own audience in my community tab. So I think this was a blunder on Netflix's part. I don't know why they wanted to wait. They say it's part of their original plan. I'll believe them. You don't have to. That they were probably going to release this info later on, but they definitely saw, like, you know, some money loss, and they're like, hey, we should probably clarify this, and which they did. So that's the general news that has been around since midnight last night, and what a lot of people are waking up to right now this morning at the time you're seeing this video. However, there seems to be a bit of backlash, funny enough. So looking at my YouTube comment section and then looking at my, you know, Twitter, it seems that like a lot of people are really confused on why this is a good thing and or are taking it bad. And as the YouTuber, I want to clarify to you guys that this was always going to be the case. The reality of it is, in the current anime sphere and space, weekly seasonal manga aren't going to be the trend for very much longer. We saw this with Dawn. We see it with minor anime here or there. We saw it with One Piece a few months ago with the fact that they're just going to seasonal anime. The yearly filler-based anime episodes are long dead. Those are things of the 2000s that will probably never come back. And now what we're seeing is a further evolution of just the anime industry in general, moving towards the streaming era format where core releases will more likely than not become the standard, as it gives the anime production team just more time. 24 episodes just is a lot of work. It's just something that, you know, takes a lot of time to make and create. And given how this production was apparently made within the last 2-ish years, it totally makes sense why they're doing a core release. It means they are allowed to announce it early, make a few episodes here, a little bit of a gap, make episodes here, so on and so forth. This was always the standard. So if you or a friend is kind of complaining about this, they were just misinformed or ill-informed or had expectations that just weren't going to make any sense. So if you were expecting that, started to burst a bubble. That was never the case. But I think if you've been, watching my channel for a long time, you guys definitely know for the fact that, this was always going to happen. This was what I've been saying for months. And I ultimately have to say my prediction video from like forever ago. You can find it here on screen somewhere, that this was always the best case scenario, a weekly core release of the anime. It's genuinely interesting just seeing how people react to this info. I will say this, overall, this is a positive. This is a massive win. It has been nearly, it's closer to 10 years, funny enough, if you really want to crank out the math, from a weekly JoJo format release in any form. It's been a very long time. And I will also say this, because Steel Ball Run is now making like a very popular core released anime, this will become more common in the future. Like, it starts off with Dandadan, new anime tries a new format, it becomes an instant success, a bigger corporation does it, and then the rest of the industry follows. So if you think that, the core release schedule isn't very popular compared to the start to finish weekly releases, trust me, they're going to be here in the near future. Like, this is a pretty major release of an anime doing this, and a pretty major name doing that as well. This is crazy, man. It genuinely feels like a miracle. But I do have to say, at the end of all of this, like, to really get it off my chest, because I wasn't there for like the whining and complaining during that just dry 2-week period, that this whole issue is just a lack of communication. I don't think I've seen a industry just not respond like at all. Like, gaming developers or smaller developers of really anything will, eventually come out and say something probably almost near immediately. It took Netflix nearly 3 weeks to send a tweet explaining that it's going to be weekly. Why didn't you just explain this in the first place? It has been genuinely insane over the past 2 weeks. Overall, like, with the director saying, I don't know when the second episode's releasing, to just radio silence. Despite all of that, we ended up getting on the golden route to a really fantastic anime phenomenon that will happen here very soon. Like, the whole Johnny Vaughn thing was just, tip of the iceberg stuff. If you wanted to experience weekly JoJo, like kind of similar to part 5, wait till the fall. It is going to be absolutely insane. I can definitely say that I am more than ecstatic to experience weekly JoJo's with you. It's been such a crazy time, and this video is also for documentation purposes as well, because I do want to experience with you guys, just like I did with the initial special itself, because man, I'm excited again. The hype, the love is there from me. So from now on till, episode 2, whenever that releases, probably October. I'm thinking October, that you'll get me and you'll have a fun time. I can't wait to experience that. You'll have me in between and then me at the start, and you'll see a lot of content coming from me. So if you like my content, like, comment, subscribe, the dealio. The funny thing here is, at the end of all of this, I have to change my review again. There should have been a review out this week. I wanted to make before this video. I got to change a few things, but I'm kind of happy I have to change a few things. I really made a really kind of dagger in the heart almost to David Productions and Netflix, just being like, what a terrible way to treat your community. But I have to kind of take it back now. They're on better terms with me now. I will say, like, hey, at least you gave us an answer and what we wanted. You could have done it a bit faster or clarified it at the beginning. I feel like maybe they'll realize their mistake going on moving forward. Well, we'll see. Really dodged a bullet there, so maybe the video will come out just a bit faster. Maybe I'll make a little quick bit here or there, but I just wanted to introduce you all to this new information. There isn't a heavy a lot. We don't know if it's going to be a core release structure of, here's 10 episodes or 12 episodes or maybe even 15. 15 would be awesome, but probably going to be 12, or maybe, not to be doom and gloom here, but no, there could be the case of maybe it's only 5 episodes in all these batches, technically, or core releases. Could be very bad, but I highly doubt that's how they structured this. I guarantee you it's probably going to be in between 10 or 12 episodes or weeks of JoJo once this releases in the fall, and then we wait a few months and then they release the next few batch. Big gap, next core, little break, next core, big gap. Repeat the cycle continuously. Maybe we'll get another special here or there, depending on the fight. So could be pretty cool as well. That's about it. The tweet really didn't say anything other than it's weekly, so that's about it. I am so ridiculously excited. Like I'm trying to be, you know, proper in this recording, but dude, I can't wait, man. If you're part of my core audience, thank you again. Videos will be coming out very soon. A lot more after my release schedule. I'm gonna kind of just be cranking out videos for the next 6 months. 6 months until we get to Steel Ball Run. So be very excited. The hype train isn't even close to dead. Right now, it's just stopped. And the next time we get a trailer, probably in the summer, it's just gonna completely ramp up incredibly fast. Because once Weekly JoJo starts, you know, going out again, it's going to be everywhere. If you were one of those people that were annoyed with the JoJo memes way back in the day, it's coming again. It's going to be everywhere. Steel Ball Run's back. You can put the Johnny Vaughn meme away for now. You might have to save it for later. We don't know yet. So that's all I have to say. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me over on Patreon if you want to consider supporting me. Stay hydrated. And I'll see you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen, very soon. Weekly Steel Ball Run. Let's go. God, I'm so excited.